Hello everyone and welcome to another Warcraft 3 replay commentary. Before we get started with this game, I just quickly want to mention that I've done another dual cast together with Witty, which you can find on his channel right now. And this is basically a recast of a game I've already casted, past cast number 3. And I've just looked it up. It's been almost 2.5 years since I've casted that, so it kind of made me realize that I've done this for quite a while right now. But of course, that was the third game I ever casted, and the cast wasn't exactly brilliant. So if you want to enjoy a fresher version of this, then you should definitely check out the video. There should be an annotation visible for you right now, or you can use the link in the description, or you can use the annotation I'll put at the end of this video if you want to check this one out first. So with that out of the way, let's get started with this game. This was played on August 7th of 2005 and it was the first map in an in-cup semi-final, best of 3, between the Greek undead players spawning here in the top right position of Turtle Rock, Vankor, who starts with Graveyard and Crypt, so a Fiend build order from him here early on, and his opponent on the top left spawn position, so it is close positions here on Turtle Rock, is the Dutch orc player, of course maybe the most famous Warcraft 3 player of all time, Grubby, here in his favorite color, green. And he starts out completely normal with Altar, the orc burrow and the barracks. And the first little thing here we can mention is that he's leaving the space open in between his main building and the burrow and the altar, so that means he's just going to be able to defend his base a little bit more freely, but potentially if he gets caught off guard, it leaves him a little bit more vulnerable to harassment. So the burrow is about to finish. Farseer first coming for Grubby, of course, as this summer of 2005 this is still the preferred hero choice over the Blade Master. And what we can see here is that Vankor is going for a very late altar, with the Ziggurat being produced before said altar, which of course isn't exactly the standard Fiend build. With this one he could go for a Tavern Hero if he wanted to. We'll see if he's gonna do that or what he's up to. And Grubby at the same time producing his second burrow, getting the 20 supply PN before his shop. So it looks like he's not gonna want to rely on healing salves very early on, and we'll see if he's even gonna build the shop before he starts attacking, because right now he would have the resources to do so, but he decides not to apparently. So he wants to go for a little bit of a quick attack. And just see, yeah, definitely worth mentioning, neither of the players has scouted so far, so they both don't know about the close position, and he's going for a Crypt Lord first here. The Fiend heading towards, okay, not towards the middle, heading towards the position next to him, so he's gonna find out at his close position in a couple of seconds, and so is Grubby, because obviously a Fiend wouldn't travel across the entire map just in order to scout the opponent. And now Vankor knows what's up, so does Grubby. Tier 2 tech started for him. Vankor is not gonna be doing that for a while. And yeah, he's gonna get that Crypt Lord out in just a second. Wind of Illusion for Grubby. This was played in patch 1.18, so at this camp the creep, the item drops were different back then. You could find Sentry Wards, Wind of Illusion, Lightning Shield, and I think the replenishment potion was not in that drop set at that time. So only those 3 items. So Crypt Lord is out. Grubby saying crazy, maybe just talking about this very aggressively scouting Fiend, but yeah, Vankor didn't have anything else to do, and since yeah, the chances of a Blade Master there were rather low, there wasn't really the possibility that that Fiend would take any serious damage. So Grubby yeah, continued maintaining his XP lead here. 1 illusion already used to do a bit of scouting, and he's gonna see that Vankor just gonna start with some very, very passive creeping. He's already going up to 26 supply, so he's gonna build the 4th Fiend before starting his tech. And doesn't he realize this is an illusion? Maybe he just wanted to get rid of it anyway. And Grubby just continues creeping. He's not gonna be exactly level 3 from this. He's gonna need like 1 more creep, because if he did this at his 3rd creep camp, then he'd be exactly level 3. but this smaller orange camp is not quite enough. Vankor at the same time also continues creeping. He finds the sentry wards, which is definitely a very useful item, especially given that it is close position and the chance of a player getting caught off guard by some attack against the base is pretty high. Like a Farseer can just rush in and go for like speed scroll, chain lightning, and some hitting on the acolytes, and that can hit player very hard. And Grubby found another 3 charges of the Wand of Illusion, and he starts using those to creep the red camp here with only his 3 grunts and the Farseer. So that is some very ambitious creeping here early on by Grubby. And looks like Vankor is gonna do the creep route I was just mentioning here in the beginning, starting with the green camp, the little orange camp, and then this one. Let's see what he gets here. Claws plus 9, decent item for the crypt route. Maybe if he goes for a lich later on, he can pass those. And yeah, Grubby really takes a long time to finish this creep camp. And no Tome of Experience for the crypt route here, as he is barely over level 3. And XP Tome and the Crystal Ball for Grubby. In the meantime, tier 2 finished, 1 beastry coming so far, TC second, and Vankor also creeping his red camp very early on. As we can see, he's gone for the level 2 beetles here, so yeah, a little bit more of survivability on those, and also they're gonna be able to burrow from now on, which of course can be quite a pain. Grubby, I'm assuming, is gonna sell this Crystal Ball eventually. And let's see if the illusion here is even gonna scout the red camp. And he finds the Ancient Shango of Endurance, the TC aura, so great item for him, especially given that he's lacking the Unholy aura. At this point, the Fiends can definitely benefit from the additional mobility here, because that's the one huge weakness of not playing a DK together with his Fiend build order, because Fiends, they are kinda huge and block each other all the time, and just having this little speed bonus is just a huge boost for those Fiends, and not having it can really backfire on an undead player. But he's getting the Death Knight second anyway. Slaughterhouse now coming, but I'm afraid that's not gonna get too far. And yeah, some more illusions used, and let's see if he's even gonna get this altar killed here. Vankor decides to walk back here, not gonna use the town portal, and he's bringing his acolytes to repair. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. TC second, we haven't seen him use any skills so far, so could either be Stomp or Shockwave. And Impale skilled as well, so no spikes here for this Crypt Lord. And the altar has gone down, so this DK is gonna be delayed by a lot. New Slaughterhouse coming in the back, 1 grunt has been taken out, and the illusions, yeah, will get picked off here. But Grubby, of course, doesn't really care about that. Nice chain lightning, gets a last hit on one of the Fiends, and Vankor, I'm assuming, is not gonna want to move out of his main base in order to take a fight here in the open against this dual hero, which is, yeah, at least the Farseer is very nicely leveled with the level 4. And okay, stomped by the TC, and together with the chain lightning, he's actually not getting the kill here, and Grubby does not have the Dust of Appearance, so yeah, that's gonna hinder him a lot in killing those Fiends. But the altar is again gonna get cancelled, and that is so horrible for Vankor. This completely cripples him. The Slaughterhouse is finally up. Another stomp used here. Chain lightning kills the second Fiend. Quite a bunch of summons here out for Vankor though, and with that he might be able to push Grubby back here. Another Impale used, lots of units hit here, and the TC actually needs to take care, and Grubby's not micing him at all, now using the town portal way too late. Of course he was stunned by the Impale early on, but still quite an unnecessary loss, as he could have TP'd much earlier. At the same time, expansion coming for Grubby though, but if we compare the bar down here to the health, I'm assuming there's been some damage done to that, probably by like a carrion beetle or some skeletons. So it has been scouted, yeah, by Vankor, so he knows what's up. Grubby adding a Demolisher, TC being reproduced right now I'm guessing with that Grunt Raider Demolisher, he just wants to keep the pressure up against this base and contain his opponent basically for as long as possible. Altar is now finally gonna come up. Of course, he also needs the Altar to continue attacking towards tier 3. And he's getting a second crypt right now. So looks like a lot of fiends probably coming out for Vankor in the next couple of minutes. And those carrion beetles, yeah, are gonna do some harassment. Of course, the big strength of those is that they're not limited in terms of duration, so they last until they die or until Vankor casts new ones, and maximum number of carrion beetles, excuse me, has been reached. So the Demolisher doesn't want to see a Death Knight second here for Vankor apparently. Oh, and the fiends coming out. He wanted to chase Grubby away, but apparently didn't see the army. That's gonna cost him 2 fiends. Grubby still not having Dust of Appearance. Still, I'm a bit surprised about that. And the Altar apparently is again gonna fall. He's not going tier 3. He didn't have the lumber to do so. And now the Altar is down again. So now again he isn't able to go to tier 3. Grubby trying to get some towers up in the meantime, but Vankor's doing a good job harassing with those carrion beetles. Demolisher marching forward here, but he lost the vision there for a second, and therefore he moved forwards around the trees and got slowed. And I think that, yeah, that's gonna cost him this Demolisher. 2 ensnares going on the fiends. TC's trying to get into a good position for the Stomp. Now this is the perfect position. Everything is being hit by the Stomp. First fiend is about to fall. Level 2 for the TC. Speed scroll out used by Grubby. Nice little poke there. And now finally he's got the Endurance Aura, but one grunt is falling. And the beetles just continue being annoying here to Grubby. And now Vankor actually decides to go for the fight outside of Grubby's base here. First Raider is gonna take quite a beating, is going down. First Fiend at the same time going down as well though. Second Fiend nicely microed, and the position for Vankor isn't all that bad, but I'm assuming the sheer number and the heroes for Grubby will probably be enough to win this fight. Couple of fiends under some pressure, but nice use of Burrow by Vankor against Grubby, who still doesn't have a Dust of Appearance, and the next fiends survives barely. And yeah, Grubby is definitely gonna come out on top in this fight, but without killing too much. That's the issue here. And the Cryptod in the meantime, because he's been the solo hero all this time, has gathered a lot of experience, and he's already level 5, and this is a level 3 carrion beetle we see here. So TP used by the Cryptod, and all the fiends get out alive. One barely does. So yeah, with those beetles, he's gonna be able to do a lot of harassment. And let's see what's Grubby doing. He's not adding a Spirit Lodge. He's yeah, he continues producing grunts, raiders, and one more Demolisher. I mean, the issue for Vankor is that he cannot go tier 3, so all he's got to offer against Grubby at this point is plenty of fiends. And Grubby complains about the strength of these carrion beetles, who are yeah, definitely able to kill this raider if he doesn't pay attention. Yeah, all Vankor has to offer at this point are lots of fiends and maybe ghouls, and grunts raiders are great against that. And back at that time, it was just not really standard or used at all to play casters against undead. So even against these beetles, I'm assuming Grubby is not gonna go for Spirit Walkers or anything like that. He's yeah, staying tier 2 for now. Demolisher's just sitting in the base. I'm assuming he's gonna roll that one towards the undead base once he decides to do another push. But it looks like Vankor is now gonna move out of his base, and he didn't even rebuild the Altar. So is he just gonna stick with this huge tier 2 army, possibly going for, yeah, somewhat of a tier 2 all in here? I mean, he's got the really strong summons at this point, but Grubby with a slight supply advantage, which then again doesn't mean that much in terms of army size, because of course he's got way more workers than Vankor, and he moved out the Demolisher and everyone got surrounded and killed, so that one was completely useless. And yeah, Grubby for now just being pushed back. He doesn't have any healing at this point, and yeah, not really great items and not too much mana on his hero, so I'm not really sure if he wants to fight at this point. But it looks like the huge tier 2 army is slowly approaching his expansion, so he's gonna have to fight. And now speed scrolling in as the creeps are attacking the undead army. He's trying to get into the back, trying to do some damage to the fiends, and positioning so far looks decent, but it looks like the Farseer might be cut off from the rest of the army. And yeah, he turns around, escaping towards the right hand side, and Grubby, yeah, for now decides not to take this fight. Looks like he maybe wants to wait for as long as possible, and he's just going for an attack against the undead base. In the meantime, Ring of Regeneration for the Cryptlord. Well, not too bad, I'm guessing, but he doesn't have a town portal, and he's definitely gonna have to buy one, as Grubby is going for the buildings with the raiders, the grunts, and everything but the Farseer, basically, who's just now joining in. And yeah, town portal bought, the Ring of Regeneration has been sold, and let's see if Vankor decides to go for the Great Hall here before he TPs out, or if he just wants to take down all of the peons. So all the acolytes have gone down. One is in production, and that's very, very important, because Vankor is supply blocked. Grubby is Grubby is TPing out. He's losing one grunt here. But this acolyte, wow, how crucial was that? If he hadn't gotten that one into production, he'd be supply blocked right now, and he wouldn't have gold income. But thanks to this acolyte, he's gonna be able to produce new cigarettes and eventually new acolytes, but his gold income is gonna be, yeah, crippled to 20% for quite a long time. But yeah, Grubby's expansion also stops running, and these carrion beetles are just gonna be able to burrow if they want to, and wait for the duration of the spirit wolf to of the shadow wolf to run out. And counter expansion is up by Vankor in the meantime. Sorry, I completely missed that. And Grubby marching out of the base again. I feel like he doesn't really need to fight, as Vankor's army isn't gonna grow at all in the next, say, 2 minutes or so. And actually, yeah, he's got 2 acolytes alive. And Grubby nicely, very early on, scouting this counter expansion before it's even really started running. And the wolf is definitely going to be able to take care of those, of that one acolyte. Same time, the Cryptlord is approaching level 6 though. The Kodo's in a very bad position. Impale nicely hits them. Let's see how much damage Vankor is going to be able to do. Stomp is, yeah, decent. First Raider has to be put out. First Kodo is going to die. The second Kodo very aggressively trying to eat one of the fiends, and it looks like it's going to pay for it with its life here. Kodo is going down level 6 on the Cryptlord, and ultimate immediately used, and let's see how much damage it's going to be able to do with that. The Stomp once again hitting nicely, but Grubby's army is horribly out of position, and those summons are doing such a great job. Grubby's not able to fight here at all, now pulling back 45 supply against 49, and Grubby, I think he had about a 15 supply advantage before that fight starts, and now he's barely ahead at all, running away from the Locust Swarm here. And yet trying to evacuate these 2 peons, and looks like he's successfully gonna be able to do so. And yeah, the beetles just continue working on this expansion. It looks like this is even gonna go down, so Grubby in quite some trouble here. The main now finally is running at full capacity again. Grubby going for the Horse of the Dead. And does he have a town portal? No, but he's gonna be able to buy one, and he's gonna have to use that, yeah, rather quickly here before the main goes down, but there's not really any danger of that happening. Grubby doesn't even have a speed scroll here, so luckily for him, Vankor lost the mind game here. Grubby had the chance to either escape towards the bottom or towards the right hand side, and it looks like Vankor assumed he was gonna escape towards the bottom, but Grubby didn't do so, and therefore, yeah, no range for Impale whatsoever. The wolf took down the acolyte. Level 6.5 for the Cryptlord already, and Grubby's expansion is gone. So this thing is probably gonna fall. He does have a town portal, and yeah, probably, yeah, he is using that one. Let's see if the Raider's gonna get out of there. Yeah, he is. And so much going on, so nicely harassing here by Vankor. Now the ghoul is gonna pay for that with his life. But Grubby's expansion is down, and his main is gonna run out before his opponent's main. A lot earlier, 3,200 gold in here, whereas there's only 1,000 gold inside of Grubby's expansion. And Vankor continues creeping for now. He's yeah, still tier 2. And yeah, he just has to continue producing acolytes here over and over again because of Grubby's harassment. In the meantime, he's getting a greater mana potion, which is certainly nice for him, as he's, yeah, able to cast 3 different spells which all require mana. Another acolyte's going down. Now even forcing Vankor to upgrade one of the ziggurats to a spirit tower. Another acolyte going down, and yeah, this one is gonna survive for now. Let's see, the wolf is unable to reach this low HP acolyte. Let's see, Grubby only 300 gold inside his mine. It's 60 supply against 43 though, so Vankor is barely mining. And both of them at the moment just sitting back inside of their own mains. I think we just saw some dots on the minimap, so maybe that's just Grubby sending one of his wolves to do some scouting. Or it was Vankor sending this carrion beetle. And of course there's no reason for Vankor to leave his base at this point as long as Grubby doesn't expand. Because of course, as I mentioned, his mine is gonna run for a lot longer, and he definitely doesn't want to spend all his gold reproducing acolytes all the time. So it's 5-3 for Grubby, and Vankor has scouted this position, and there's the expansion for Grubby. And Vankor doesn't know if there's a new expansion coming here because his carrion beetle just got killed. So he might eventually want to send out another one.
We're under attack.
So expansion is fully running again, and Grubby is making decent use of his time, and he's gonna creep his TC to level 4 for now, maybe eventually even to level 5. And let's see, what does he find? Yeah, Wind of Mana Stealing, not that great. And okay, Vankor is moving out again. And Grubby nicely positioning his PN. He knows exactly what's going on at this point. The PN's gonna fall, but doesn't really matter. He's got 500 lumber, so he's not gonna need any more. And these PNs are gonna have to turn around. The expansion is gonna be cancelled. But this isn't all that expensive for Grubby. And at the same time, he's getting a lot of creeping done. And Vankor, yeah, not really benefiting too much from this. He's gonna catch up at least a little bit army-wise. Sitting at 51 supply right now. That's a bit strange, but it looks like he's gonna want to break upkeep immediately. Farsi is letting this TC creep all by himself.
Our forces are under attack.
And not quite level 5 yet. Still got a bit to go. And the Vampiric Aura certainly not gonna hurt him. And yeah, Vankor's going on the offensive right now, and is he gonna lose a Fiend here to the Burrows? Yeah. Grubby not even there, still killing something, sitting at the shop getting one heal scroll, one protection scroll. And did he lose? What is going on? Losing 2 Fiends here to Burrows. Shouldn't happen to a world-class player, even back in 2005. So not really sure what was going on there with him. Yeah, and obviously he knows that as well. So quite the blunder here by Vankor. But he's done some nice damage, and Grubby is at 56 out of 10 supply, so reinforcements are not really something Grubby can hope for in the near future. But another attempt to build a Great Hall.
We're under attack.
And even if that comes up, I could imagine that he would rely on lots of items, at least for a while, if he gets that expansion running. And Vankor still has 1000 gold in here, 1-0 upgrades, by the way, on these fiends. Still no altar, so he's not gonna go tier 3, as it seems. Don't think at this point it makes sense waiting or waiting that long to get an altar up and then to get tier 3, while Grubby gets an expansion in place. And once again, he's just continuing his creeping. The one wolf at the top of the map sees the undead not doing anything, basically. And the TC is getting rune braces, which is rather useless, and a tome of experience. And yeah, now he's past level 5 even. And Vankor, yeah, just getting an army as big as he can, level 7 in the meantime, even sacrifice a skull for him. And both of them continue scouting very actively. Grubby again with a wolf, Vankor just running around with his carrion beetles. Looks like he might want to just wait for his gold mine to deplete to get basically the strongest army he can and then go for a big push against the potential expansion. Okay, he sees this thanks to the Watch Award. So he doesn't even need to scout it with a carrion beetle. So yeah, Grubby is level 5-5. 1 speed scroll, 1 heat scroll, 1 protection scroll. Of course there's no dispel for Vankor. So the protection scroll definitely could come in handy for Grubby. And now the gold mines run out. Vankor is at 60 out of 60 supply. He's not gonna build any more cigarettes, I'm assuming. And maybe just getting one more item and then he's probably good to go. Okay, another rod of necromancy for him. And this is gonna be it, the big push against Grubby's expansion. In the meantime, yeah, the beetle just scouts for potential second expansion. Even getting one of the statues killed. I mean, of course, having frost armor would be a huge deal here. Or not having frost armor is a huge deal here. And now, this is not a position Grubby wants to fight in at all. Not having basically any chance to get around to those fiends. And yeah, first losses here on both sides. Second statue also about to fall here, but Grubby losing his first Wind Rider as well. Expansion now starts running, but immediately starts being harassed by the beetles as well. And yeah, first fiend has to be burrowed again. There is Dust of Appearance for Grubby this time. So Vankor is not going to be able to rely only on his burrow micro, which has been really good so far. Except when he was in Grubby's main base. So first stomp going in, Chain Lightning. The Blight has now been used. First Fiend about to fall, but not quite. And once again, those carrion beetles are doing a very good job just blocking Grubby's army. This position is of course great for Vankor, as there's only the 2 small chokes through which Grubby's melee units can march to get around to those fiends. And now even the ultimate Locust Swarm is being used by the Cryptod, and this doesn't seem like a position Grubby wants to fight in at all. He's evacuating this expansion. He's maybe even gonna have to let it go down. And it looks like he might be going for the TC right now. I think the stomp just missed there. And Grubby is able to reach the shop. He's getting Heat Scroll, Protection Scroll, and an Invul Potion. Does he have 2 Protection Scrolls now? Yeah, he does have 2 Protection Scrolls and 2 Heat Scrolls. And the expansion, yes, still standing, and the Locust Swarm ends. And is Grubby gonna go for the fight here? It looks like he might. Stomp coming in from TC. Very nice start of this fight here. The Wind Rider is doing a bit of a poke, but of course they're gonna have to be very, very careful. First Protection Scroll now used, and what a stomp here, basically killing 3 fiends. And Vankor immediately decides to TP out as the stun runs out on his Cryptod, and I think he just lost like 5 fiends there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's quite some severe losses by Vankor. So Grubby still at 45 supply, level 6 and almost 6 on his heroes against the 28 of Vankor, level 7.5 Crypt Lord. And of course, at the Blight and Burrowed at the same time, those fiends are going to regenerate extremely quickly. Grubby continues to do some scouting, setting his wolves in, but I'm assuming building kill isn't really going to be something he's going to go for at least anytime soon. The Great Hall at 249 HP, running with the one surviving PN here of Grubby, of course, as he would need 3 burrows to continue unit production. I'm assuming he's not going to want to invest into those. At the same time, he decided to invest into clarities instead. And heal salves. And yeah, continues to send those wolves in. Fiends unburrowed right now. And yeah, let's see, Vankor, I'm assuming it's gonna wanna go for another push again, which is probably gonna be basically the do or die or all in or whatever you wanna call it. But then again, I'm not sure if he really desperately needs to do so, because Grubby's gold income is virtually non-existent, basically. TC is running to the shop, as it seems, of course, very fast with a level 2 aura. And yeah, Grubby just slowly continues sending those wolves, and I'm guessing this kind of forces Vankor's hand, because eventually he's gonna lose building after building to this, and now he's gonna move out of his base. Keep in mind that even though Grubby's got 45 supply, these Wind Riders are gonna die in a matter of seconds if not microed properly for just one moment. Great first stomp, but not really any follow-up damage, so this doesn't do too much except stunning the fiends for a second. And another great stomp. Of course, he's level 5, so the duration between the stuns of the stomp is like 1 second on non-hero units, so that's quite amazing. Nice burrow micro once again by Vankor. Farseer now coming in. Is he gonna spend some mana casting a chain lightning? No, he's not. He's using the Dust of Appearance. He's produced by Grubby as well. The Raider is about to fall. The Fiend unburrowed, but going down anyway. Ultimate used again. Now Chain Lightning is used, and Grubby has lost his Raider. He's gonna lose the Kodo as well, and the Wind Riders are in some trouble. The first one of those is going down. Second one still alive, and the Cryptog with the ultimate. Is Grubby gonna have the damage output to get this one down? Not really so sure about that. Another Grunt gets killed by all the Locusts, and looks like this Grunt might just be able to outrun him. At the same time, Stomping, he's going for the 4 units around here with 2 heroes and 2 wolves, and it looks like he's gonna get it, but all the Locusts are returning, healing up this Cryptod, and one of the wolves is going down. Another pair of skeletons summoned, and it looks like he's gonna go for the counters around here against the Farseer. Inward Potion passed, and just used in time. Cryptod's trying to get out, but new wolves casted to block this Cryptod. He's gonna get out nevertheless, but Vankor is down to 5 supply, and the Cryptod is not gonna get away here. GG by Vankor in a very close call there at the end. Looks like he might even get in range of his main, but yeah, he's not gonna get out here. Casting another Carrion Beetle, and yeah, they're choosing the second map for this best of 3, which is Twisted Meadows, which Grubby won as well. So this best of 3 ended 2-0, and Grubby in the grand final then against Sakhard was also able to win, so he won this evening's in cup. And yeah, this game definitely very unusual, with Vankor starting with the Cryptod first. The game definitely did not go according to his plan, with Grubby's nicely timed attack against his base, delaying the slaughterhouse, killing the altar, stopping him from ever getting tier 3, and it turned, I'm assuming spontaneously, into a very interesting game with lots of Carrion Beetle harassment. Excuse me. Huge tier 2 armies, especially by Vankor, which of course for the undead race is unusual, and Grubby there, yeah, barely making it out on top. I hope you enjoyed this replay cast. If you did, then give it a thumbs up, give a comment, don't just be a silent viewer, and you can also do donations if you want. Of course you don't have to, but there is the donate button, or the link to the donate button, in the description of every of my videos, so also in this one. And as I mentioned in the beginning, you can also right now if you want to check out the dualcast I did with Witty a couple of days ago. So that's it. I'll see you soon. Bye.